So let's go.
Pay me what you owe me and don't play with me, homie.
Welcome back to the Retail RX podcast. I got a buddy here today. You know, I'm not going to do a long story. I'm here with my buddy. We call him Mijo, but to everybody else, he's Matt Martinez. And I've known Matt ever since 7th grade, 8th grade, where he was he was good on his BMX bike, and I think you could do some tricks and things like that. And so over the years, we've remained friends, and like, you ride motorcycles, right?
I haven't in a while, but yeah, I did.
Yeah, and then you ride like bikes everywhere. You're like
I
a
still
mountain
ride
biker.
bikes a lot, mountain bike. I like dirt jumping now. That's the new one, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, tell us about your family.
My family, man. My family's kind of crazy. I think we all got a little fucked up.
Oh, bro, you got to have a little bit
Yeah,
crazy.
for sure.
Keeps you on your
But yeah, I
toes.
grew up in UC, University City, San Diego, 92122, or as we know it, 2103.
Yeah.
And yeah, I grew up out there with I got an older brother, younger sister, mom and dad. You know, had some good days, had some bad days. You know, saw some fucked up shit here and there, and yeah, that's you know, now I got a family, and you know, have a couple kids, have a wife, and just grinding, keeping it moving.
We grew up pretty quick, huh?
We did grow up quick, dude. I still feel like a kid though. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, can we go back to Bend, Oregon again? Can we go see
yes,
Clappic
dude,
soon?
for
Like,
sure. I still listen to I feel like it was like the song that we were jamming to was ASAP Wavy Bone. Is it Wavy Bone with the Juicy J? Yeah. It's like Get Money or something.
So you made the decision to move from Sandia. You left. Okay, so Matt and I would always be talking about, dude, we got to leave these corporate jobs behind. We got to do our own thing. But like, it's a gamble.
For sure.
And a lot of people don't make the gamble. And you made the gamble, and it was all from, I mean, you've grown really good weed for how long?
About 10 years.
10 years. And then like, when did you start smoking
Yeah.
weed? What does weed make you feel like? How does it help you in your life?
Yeah, for sure.
How does it help your family's life?
For sure. I mean, I'd say a ton, right? So I feel like I've been smoking weed since I was in the 6th grade, you know, down the street with a couple of homies and getting high. It's been smoking ever since. Ran around in SoCal in the 90s, 2000s with all of our buddies who sold a shitload of weed and, you know, got
Like,
in a lot of trouble.
How much? Because
Oh man, it was a ton. Oh, like, you know, 100 packs, dude, 200 packs, you know, like we were in the Genesee Highlands house, you know, and we were like 18 years old. And it's like, I remember dudes coming over and it's just like duffel, you know, hockey bags of fucking like 100 packs, counting out 100 grand, 200 grand, you know? So either way, that was all that. And then, you know, I guess, you know, obviously I love weed, dude. I don't know. I like weed. I think I have an attachment to the plant because I just feel like it helps me in my life, dude. It helps me with creativity. I like to be creative. I feel like it helps there. I feel like it helps with just like calmness and you know, I don't know, I want to be like cliche or whatever, but it's like it's a plant that was grown here that has a special purpose. So why are we not supposed to use it? You know what I mean? Like, why is it not supposed to be a part of our life? And then it obviously has a ton of medicinal purposes. And I would say how that helps my family is, you know, my nephew Isaac, and you know, when he was 3 years old, he had leukemia, and they fought that, and did the normal traditional, Western medicine, chemo, and all that, and he was fine. He relapsed when he was like, man, I always forget, it's either like 11 or 13, and at that time I was growing. And, I talked to my brother and like, dude, you should start thinking about weed, dude. You know what I mean? So we started like looking up a bunch of stuff. I found, this product, it's called Simpson Oil. And it's this guy who, makes oil for cancer patients. And, since I grew, I was like, I got weed, so I just started making oil for him, and we started giving it to him. And my brother, till this day still will say that, it helped so much through his getting through chemo and just like that. Right. So so that's been a huge help for the family. And then, and I mean, even now he still takes a grip of it, dude, and, sorry,
It's
little
medicine.
cottonmouth medicine, dude.
Yep.
And so even now, right? So it's like, I guess, throughout that time, I sold a lot of weed and grew some weed. And then, always been corporate as well, and, so had that side of my life where it was just, kind of keep it clean. We saw a lot of people get in trouble and shit like that. And, I feel like when I was younger, I was like prone to like injury. I always got fucking hurt, dude. Like motorcycle, dirt bike, something, or, BMX bike, something. I mean, I didn't break a lot of bones. I just always like got hurt. So it's like I broke my tailbone snowboarding one time. I stabbed myself in the hand, being a kid, being stupid. Like I cracked my head in a dune buggy accident when I was like 18. Just a lot of that shit. But I just always got in trouble. I got arrested when I was 16, so I whenever
I didn't know
when
that.
you don't remember that, dude? Oh man. That was yeah, dude, one fucking stupid idiot, So it's like I got to go to juvenile hall and spend the night there, and mom comes and all that. It was horrible. So either way, like when everyone was selling weed, I was just like I didn't want to do a ton of it. You know what I mean? I kind of stayed away like a little bit. It was always the days, and you're selling some shit, but yeah, then started growing weed, and I think weeds led me to my current like life, dude, like my career. Like
Yeah.
where I work now and all that.
So we would talk, like we live these corporate jobs, these 9 to 5s, you have 401ks, you have stability every other week.
Yeah.
Does your wife work?
She did at the time. She does
Okay.
not now.
She
Takes
doesn't
care of the
now. So,
kids,
okay.
yeah.
So you have to, you bought a pad.
Bought a pad. Yeah.
So, okay. So you bought a pad in San Diego in Santee.
Yeah. Yeah. It was in Santee. We had a house. We were looking to get a bigger house because we had just had, the second kid. And so we wanted something a little bit bigger. And, we sold the house. We were living at my parents' house. Like, the market was good at the time. So we cashed out. We're living there. And then at the same time, I was working for a company called Cobham, which was we manufactured missile warheads. And so my background really is in like I've had a lot of random jobs. And I think we've talked about this too in the past of like just kind of like building up your toolbox, you know what I mean? Like all these skill sets of like sales, like operations, marketing, you know what I mean? Like so I always had that like drive to go find roles that I could learn things.
Yeah.
And so like my first one, it was like I went to Enterprise Rent-A-Car, dude. You know what I mean? Like did the management program, loved it, dude, and just like moved up so fast, was overseeing stores in San Diego, like Escondido Auto Park, like the biggest one in town. And you're managing these like you're like 25 years old, like managing like 19 people, and all it is like beer and pizza, dude. You know what I mean? And like, and the craziest thing is this is who's driving the cars, dude. You know what I mean? We would go on runs with like beers and like 13 people in a car to go pick up 13 cars. You know what I mean? And it was just chaos. But either way, you learn so much because they teach you how to like run a business, dude. Like they give you a branch, dude. Like here, dude, you got to go market it. You got to go fucking talk to all the body shops. You got to go cold call. You got to go meet all the insurance agents. And then you have to make sure that every single customer that leaves this store is completely satisfied, dude. And that actually is like the hardest part. You know what I mean? Like people are fucking nuts, dude. And like 70% of the people that went in there like just got in a car accident or their car's in the shop. You're not happy, dude. You know what I mean? And like you have to make them happy. So whatever, I did that. Then I went and sold hotel franchises for a little bit, like the Wyndham Hotel Group. I wanted to do like outside sales. You know what I mean? I was like, now I want to go on the road, dude. You know what I mean? My dad was a pharmaceutical like rep for a while. And I kind of like that, like, I don't know, that I just thought it was a good gig. And I also, make money and just kind of try to move up, dude. And then after that, I went into like operations and like supply chain for this company called Avnet. And we did like semiconductors, and I oversaw like a bunch of operations in China for like a couple like product lines and big customers like Apple and all that shit. Like building out like electronics as their like supply chain partner. And like just overseeing all the product. And then so either way, fuck, I got rambling, huh? But sold the house and then at the same time was when like it's called Prop 64. It was like the legislation was going to pass for like recreational cannabis
And then,
in
so what year's this?
this is, I think it's like either, I don't know, maybe it was like 2015 or 2016, something like that, where they had it already failed one time. There was already a market in San Diego, right? Like I was growing weed, I was selling weed to the shops, like it was already like it was already there, dude. It was already, people were going out and buying weed, so it wasn't like that. It was just now it's going to be recreational, license it, get real shit. And I just knew that because I saw what was going on. I was like, they're going to need people that understand weed and understand how to like work a business, dude, and like build a business. So just started fucking applying to. At the time you couldn't even have a job posting, I don't think, on like Indeed or Monster. And so it was like 420careers.com, and like you would just go and just like look, and it's like cultivator, master grower in Colorado, and I was just like firing fucking resumes everywhere, dude. And I was working at the place called Cobham at the time, and I was just bored, dude. You know what I mean? Honestly, it was like I was making good money. It was fucking easy. It was 5 minutes from the house. I just was like not fulfilled. And so that's when we were living at my mom's, and I was like applying for jobs, and
Yeah.
like everyone thought I was crazy. And I actually went to LA. The only one that I actually interviewed with, I had a couple phone interviews, and they were like, they're wanting like 50,000 square foot like master growers, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I ran a couple fucking rooms, and they're like, all right, I'm out of here, dude. Trying to sell myself that I'm like this big old, can run a fucking entire, big ass facility. But
Yeah.
yeah,
How'd you find?
I 420careers.com. This one dude calls me up. I get, I apply for like an operations manager at this company called Heavy Hitters, and didn't really know a ton about them specifically because it was a really big like LA brand. And you know how it is, dude. San Diego, LA. You don't really care what goes on up there,
No.
dude. like even now that I live up there, I'm like, I never even knew what was here, dude. Like I don't think I ever went to LA as a kid.
No.
Dude, unless you had like a family member that lived there, dude, and you didn't want to go.
No.
It's weird, but yeah. So went up there, met the crew. I loved it. I liked them, and I think I was just really hungry to get out, and
Yeah.
it sounded fun. It was like, fuck yeah, dude, it's this brand. At the time we had we had a couple of our friends that had some stores down here. And I remember going there and being like, hey, dudes, like, do you know this company? And they're like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. Like, they're coming on, dude. You know what I mean? Like, they're present, they're there, they've been here for a while, and it's a good like brand. So I was like, all right, sick, dude. And so I went back up for like a second interview and met the founder, and we just hit it off, dude. You know what I mean? Like they're good people, and I think we had like we're very similar in people. We grew up like I realized even though we grew up in the valley, like we lived a lot of the same similarities, dude. You know what I mean? You go party, you go get in fights, you chase chicks, all that stuff. And he rode dirt bikes and BMX and skate and all that, so it's like an instant, we're similar in age. So it was just like an instant connection. And yeah, they offered me the job, and I took it, and
Yeah.
it was actually a crazy day because I remembered I was driving home. It was in Woodland Hills, and was driving home at the time. My wife was working, but she hated her job. So like a little bit before that, I told her to quit, dude. I was like, just quit, dude. Like you'll find a new job if you fucking hate it that bad. Like it's not like I don't want to hear you. You don't need to be going through that for that, And so it was crazy. So she was interviewing too because no one thought I was gonna get a job or move up here. They all thought I was crazy. And so then yeah, she gets an offer the same day. And like I'm calling her, I'm like excited. I got the job, and she's like, "Fuck!" She's like, "I got the job too," And like, so she kind of like, it's like we chose to go with me. And I'm thankful for that because I owe it to her. But but yeah, it came up, and like they didn't even like make me live there. They're like, "Dude, you can be remote. Like, what do like, you sure you want to come up here, dude?" Like there was like 5 people in the company. You know what I mean? It was like operating out of a shared workspace, like a WeWork, dude. Like, and and so they were almost like tripping that I would even like want it, And so they're like, just come up a couple days a week, see what happens. But because I'm just like this hands-on like operator, and I was given, it was almost just like, hey, you want to fix it? Cool, go. You want to grow it, and I just kept seeing opportunities, and I just couldn't stay away, And at the same time, like I said, I didn't have a home. My wife was living at my parents with like a brand new second child. We had Luke, who was maybe a year and a half, and then like a newborn, and And so I remember she calls me one day and she's like, "Get me the fuck out of here, dude." She's like, "I don't care what we do, dude. Just you can't be there fucking 5 days a week, and I'm down here stuck at your mom's house,
Yeah.
dude." And so just like moved her. I was like, "All right, come find a place, dude. Like let's just rent a place." It's funny because our founder will still tell the story of he's like, "I didn't even know you like moved up here, dude." You know what I mean? Like we found out like a couple weeks later that you moved your whole family here, dude. And but yeah, it was like 2 weeks. I was like, fuck it, dude, let's just go. Like I didn't have a home anymore. We had the money and we just like we're like, all right, let's get out of here, dude. Was not an easy move by any
And
means,
what year
dude.
was that?
I think that was 2016.
So that
Yeah.
was the same year that
I
you
think it was.
became.
I think it passed like at around the same time. I just knew it was gonna. It was like
Yeah.
so favored, right? It like failed the first time. It was just like it was gonna happen, But yeah, it was the same time that happened, and I think it passed, but it didn't go into effect until like 2018. I
Okay.
think 2018 is when it went into effect. But yeah, dude, just
So you
came
took
up.
the job. Okay. So you were the fifth employee.
I think 5 or 6. Dude, I remember there was probably like 3 full-time people or 4 full-time. A couple, one guy was like the owner's like friend, just helping out on Instagram. Doing a lot of just stuff, but just helping. They had just hired a sales rep. One girl, she was just kind of building out the sales team, and like she had a couple people that she was interviewing and trying to hire. And then we had like 2 or 3 people in a fucking hidden warehouse like making product.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was extremely small. It was just very, very, very early.
And so did you work for heavy hitters or did you work for the parent company?
No, I worked for heavy hitters. At the time, it was just heavy hitters, dude. Like what we have now, all because of heavy hitters. Like it was just this one thing, dude. There's this one brand, a couple people, some traction in the market. The brand was like getting built and like recognized, when like there were a lot of brands coming on, and there was a lot of good product. I mean, there was good brands that people were wanting, and there was hype.
Yep.
And Heavy Hitters was one of those brands that was kind of there present in LA. It wasn't big up in NorCal at the time. It's almost like there's two different like scenes, like there's Southern California and Northern
Yep.
California, and we see that too just in our normal lives, right? Like we have people that know people that live up there, and you just know that it's just a different like market.
So how many people work for heavy hitters now?
I mean, there's a multiple brands now within the, like you said, the parent company, but I think we're up to like I don't even know, maybe 200, 150, something like that.
And you were the fifth employee.
Yeah, 5 or 6, I don't know, something like that. Yes, it was very small.
So like revenue, can you talk revenue or
Man,
stay away from revenue?
yeah,
Okay.
stay
So
away
what is like
in
you started-
volume, like we're big, dude. Like Heavy Hitters is a big brand. If you don't know them in the market and you're not in the if you're not in the industry, um, we're a top brand. We've been the top like premium vape brand, I would say, since things have been tracked, and
Yeah.
we've been present in the market for a long time and in the community. There's these tracking sites. One's called Headset, right? And it's like if you go run the categories, like Heavy Hitters is a top 10 brand, maybe a top 5 brand in like 3 of the dominating categories,
Yep.
and like there's thousands of brands out there, like it's gnarly.
So how did
It's huge.
all right, you were the fifth employee, so you wore many hats, I imagine.
Many hats, yeah.
How did you get products in stores? How many stores were around? I mean, wasn't there like 3 stores in San Diego?
Yeah, but that's when like rec happened. Before then, right? It was like what we called Prop 215, right? That was the same thing that I operated in when I was selling weed. It's almost like this market that's dealt around, the medicinal rules, right? We all had to have these, things you got online for $50 to give you a med card and go get shit. At that time, there was like thousands of accounts to like go service. But when it went rec, it like like cut it off, and yeah, at that point it was just getting these small stores open, so like you lose business fast, right?
So
And,
how
like,
would
have to
you
rebuild.
get product in the stores? I mean,
Deliver, like we did our own delivery back then. Like everybody kind of had to. There weren't like these, I didn't know of at the time, at least, of like any distribution companies. It might have just been because that's all I knew, right? What we were doing, but we had our own delivery drivers, right? So you have these dudes that just roll up with their fucking Prius, and you give them product, and you give them a list of stores to go drop off and collect money, and they go drive around, dude. You know what I mean? And like we would send them everywhere, and I think that's part of the growth is that we expanded our distribution. Like we
Yeah.
started, when I came on, is they were looking to get into San Diego. Like Heavy Hitters wasn't even in the market yet. It was basically just like coming down, and starting to expand. Um, but yeah, just the distribution I think has been like extremely like, you know, key to what, the success of the brand for sure. Like being able to be present and like being able to be in market and like, I think that's been part of my background is like you can't sell product you don't have, dude, right? So like the first thing that I always like to that I would say like we cleaned up was just inventory, dude. You know what I mean? Like have product available, know your lead times, know your forecasts, and go get shit out the door. And at the time we were just delivering like one day into like each market. So you go like, all right, we're going to San Diego on Tuesdays and LA is Wednesday. But we started like we just decided, we tried to figure out like how the fuck do we do next day delivery, dude? You know what I mean? Like how many drivers do we need? Let's figure it out. Where do we store product? Let's figure it out, and just went and did that. And when we went to that model, it just started fucking exploding. And really because everybody else was still on the one day a week. And so like if you sold out or if the guy came in, like didn't show up that day, you need someone to fucking come bring product. So like we were there. Like that was my thing of like, let's have it there, dude. If they call us, I can't say no, dude. Turn down a sale.
So were you going into stores at time to try to sell the product? And I know like you talk a lot about swag. Like, can you explain what that means for those who don't know? Like there's no Walmart, there's no Target, there's no
No.
mass merchants. You're dealing
No.
with literally like mom and pop.
Mom and pop, there's no e-commerce, there's none of that, or you're not selling online. So yeah, like that wasn't my role. My role was more operations and overseeing the brand and like helping the company grow in all areas. But yeah, dude, for sure I would go out to accounts if I had to, or if a sales rep needed it. I think when things would get tough, I'd be like, all right, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna go, give me the order, I'll put it in the truck, dude. I'm gonna
Any
go
crazy shit go down?
not at the retail level as much. There's some stories in the past of even some, but yeah, like you get, at that time, it's like, yeah, think about it. You're dealing with all these people that have been selling weed for a long time, dude. Like we know the crew, right? And it's like, it's a lot of shady motherfuckers, dude. So yes, there's a lot of stories. There's a couple, I don't have any crazy ones at retail, but I definitely have crazy ones in meeting with fucking growers and trying
The,
to
the
buy
hotel,
pounds
the
and
hotel
oh,
one
the
is my
hotel one,
favorite.
dude. That
It's
one's
just
gnarly. I was straight up a Scarface, dude. I was gonna get killed, dude. You know what I mean? I knew it. And so I just got out of there fast, dude. Like you're there to. That's how product was bought and sold, dude. Like you're at the gas station, you're meeting some dude in the Walmart parking lot, and because there's nowhere to go, you know what I mean? Like that's where you do it. And yeah, there's definitely some shady ones there for sure, dude.
okay. So you're calling on mom and pop shops. Are there like distributors that help you get into all these stores, or do you need to put, I don't know, back in the days when there would be like an album coming out, there would be like street teams like hyping shit up.
Got it.
Are your salespeople going and hyping shit up at the various stores and getting them like fired up on are you
Yeah, like
selling your
now
brand?
now there is, yeah, for sure, dude. They call them PADs. They probably should change that, but it's like Patient Appreciation Day.
Okay.
But yeah, like your sales team has to be present at market, dude. Like it's crazy. It's like the bud tenders are the ones that influence the brand right now. It's the craziest thing because it's like, you work in retail, right? It's like you don't have to go style out dicks, dude. Like you got to
No.
walk into the cashier and like give her a fucking chair every day. Like, hey, what's up, Tanya, dude? Here, check out this chair, dude. I got for you, dude. Like we have to walk out and like, here's a shirt, here's a hat, here's product, and like it's almost kind of this thing where they're, I think they still like it because it's like they want to get styled out and yeah, just, you want your brand to be present. You want to be there. There's so much competition that it's like you kind of have to be present. You have to be vocal, otherwise you'll get lost, dude. So yeah, we have a big team out there. I would say making noise and trying to represent the brand, and as corny as it may sound too, is just like spread love, dude. You know what I mean? Like spread that positive energy
Yep.
through the product, but also just go fucking take care of humans, dude. You know what I mean? Like they got a business. How can we help them, dude? You know what I mean? Like we have a product that makes money, that, a brand that drives sales here, dude. You know what I mean? Like we'll help you, and they help us, dude. You know what I mean? Like, so it's, yeah, it's a crazy industry, but
Well, like
it's super fun.
me on my 9 to 5 with Clever Made, like we get product in stores and it's all collapsible.
Yeah.
But dude, how do you communicate collapsibility to like on a label in a store like
Yep.
that? So how do you stand out in these retail stores? Do you doing like POP, PDQs? Like, do you
Fuck,
know that
I don't even know
terminology?
what a
Like,
PDQ is, but I know a POP, right?
yeah,
Point of sale, like
yeah,
point of purchase.
yeah,
Yeah, we do those. I mean, it just depends. I think it also depends on the retailer, right? Like there's no like standard footprint for these stores, right? Like I'm sure that there's a lot of standard retail footprints in the world that I don't know about, but
yeah,
maybe you deal with that. But nah, these guys, it's like these retailers get a store any size, build it out how they want it. They say they're going to display things how they want it. But yeah, you have to definitely try to like, I mean, if you walk, I don't know how many stores you walk into, like there's a lot of build outs, dude. Like brands have to kind of fight for that space,
yeah,
like we have to yeah, we have to be there, visually, because otherwise you just get lost in the noise. Like there's so many brands in retail, it's crazy, and there's not enough stores to like support all the brands either. You know what I mean? Like you can only have so many in a fucking 1,000 square foot location, and you only need so many, dude, right?
do you guys have your own store?
Nah, we don't have our own retail store.
Why
No
not?
retail, no delivery. Um, I don't know. I think part of it is just like focus, like none of us are, have run retail stores and things like that. And I just don't think there's a lot of good work that we can still do with with our distribution of our brands and just brand building in general, right? Like we're
Yeah,
still learning brand building and what it means to kind of continue to evolve, over
yep,
time, right? Like we've been, the brand's been around, for a long time, but what I'm learning is just like brands continue to evolve, dude, and they continue to change with the times and stuff. So I think we like that aspect. The other thing I think is that, I don't really want to compete with my customer as well, right? Like I'm trying to be partners with these
yeah.
retailers. Like I don't also want to be going around and selling my product cheaper online or something, like we could do that, but yeah, we've chosen not to. We've just been, like I said, try to be focused on like building the brand. And I think, as let's say as successful as the brand has been and how I feel like the success the team's had, like there's still a lot of growth, dude. There's still a lot that we can do and that we're learning every day to try to just be better and provide more value to the customers, and we have multiple customers to please.
Yeah. And so, all right. So you were talking earlier about something about saying that New York's legal now. So
Yeah,
what's
New
the,
York just got legal, like a recreational, I don't know, maybe it was a week ago or something. They just I don't know everything. We have some people on the team that are leading that, but I think they just licensed like 36 or 37 stores. It's been a clusterfuck. Cannabis is a clusterfuck, dude. Like if when you're in the industry, it's like you get in there and you're like, holy shit. Like if you come from the outside world, it's just like night and day, dude. You're like, what, dude? What is this? Like you just have so many different rules, like that you can't operate a normal business with. Um, but yeah, it's supposed to open up, I want to say January 1st. And I think it's going to be a mad dash for everyone to kind of get out there and get things going. I think it's obviously a big market just in life, right? Like for brands. And so, I think it's something that if you want to be a national brand, a global brand, you have those aspirations. I think, New York is on the radar for those brands for sure.
are you guys open to like giving back? I'm like, what if you partnered with the five boroughs and you gave like came out with like kind of a weed line that supported the community? Like, do people do those kinds of campaigns?
I think there's some, yeah, there's like causes, like veterans groups and things like that. We definitely donate to those. We haven't like started brands, but yeah, we're not really vocal that much about that stuff that we do, and maybe we
Yeah.
should. It's almost like I feel like if we're so vocal, it's like we're trying to like prove to everybody that we're doing it, but we give back a lot, dude. There's a lot of, kids that we sponsor, for things that the founders have been, taking care of kids for a long time and like giving back to the community. It's not really vocal about it. I don't know
Yep.
if we'd want to do like a brand around it,
No.
and things like that, but yeah, there's a lot of love to give from the team. And even though I know we're, heavy hitters and it's this harder brand, like there's a soft side to everybody, right? Like we're just we care about humans and people and care about the plant, and we care about weed and we care about and we like to build business. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
as much as we love weed, and I don't want to like say that business is more important to it, but we also like the game of just grinding, dude. You know what I mean? Like it's fun to like put your head down and like
Yeah.
go work, dude, you know, and like I get restless, you know, if I'm not working, you know, like even over the Thanksgiving holiday. Like it was great, unplug and kick it, but like Monday comes around and you're like, fuck yeah, dude.
Oh,
Like I
bro,
gotta
I was working Thursday night.
Yeah,
It was
you're
just,
like
dude, it was just,
you just feel
I
like
was,
energized. It's like, all right. And then maybe that's what the break's supposed to do, right? Like get you fucking grinding again. But it was yeah, it feels good.
yeah, Thursday night, I saw like I was doing advertising for Clever Made because I'm like, dude, is it a recession? Are people going to spend? And dude,
Yeah.
people
How was it?
spent online, bro.
Did they? It's it fucking moved.
We've been down. Most big brands are down right now year over year because you're comping a pandemic and there's
Yep.
just a lot that's changed. Pricing's gone up. People don't want to spend their money as quickly, and you got to catch people's attentions with promos, dude. And you got to
Yeah.
be aggressive with promotions. And you
What do
like,
you guys do for promotions? Is it just like discounts off of things, or is it bundles? Is it like what is all of the above? Or is it mainly just a percentage off, dude?
dude, digitally, it's a percentage off, but with that percentage off, you get a much more massive reach. Because
Mm,
let's say like Amazon, what they'll do is you run it on promo, then they literally hit up everybody that's looked at the item in the past 6 months, but you as the brand have to pay to get that placement in like 12
got
different
it.
ways.
Yeah, yeah.
So Amazon, like you go buy products on Amazon and bro, the Amazon advertising is gnarly.
Wow.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So what I was doing is I was like, I checked my ads on Amazon and I was like, oh my God, I'm getting like a $9 return for every dollar I'm spending. And so I was
Wow.
literally like, Roxana's coming out here and she's like checking on me. And I'm just like, dude, I'm working, bumping some Brother Lynch hung and
Yeah,
just like crushing it. But you're a worker. I'm a worker. Like we've always worked,
for
we've
sure.
always hustled, and we're always talking about kind of like the next thing.
Yep. I also do like relax. You know what I mean? I
Okay,
think it's
good,
like
good,
I
good.
grind, but I also have to like spend time with like myself and with family, you
Yep.
know? And so I think there's like a time period to grind, right? So it's like I yeah, it's like when I come home from work now, like I kind of have to shut down. You know what I mean? Like I actually don't do much
What a
work after
shutdown. I
hours.
mean, are you do not disturb at 5 p.m.?
Pretty much, dude. Like I have to put the phone away, dude. Like put it
Yeah.
down, and it's actually really hard, right? You come home, you got kids, and yours isn't older yet. You know, I got the older ones where it's like they require some effort. You know what I mean? You got to be there with them and play and like be present and all that. And there was a time where I could not put the phone down, right? Like when I first took the heavy hitters job, um, yeah, like I pretty much like my wife almost divorced me, I would say, dude, you know, just because grinding so much, dude, like 18 hour days, like, you know, salesperson calls, you're at dinner, you gotta take it, dude. You know what I mean? Just like head down so much of not even like looking at like the family, you know? And she was like, oh, I think I'm going to get an apartment in San Diego, dude, later, you know?
Yeah.
And I was just like, what? You know, like, oh shit, this happened. You know what I mean? Like, how did this happen? And I had a mentor at the time, and I called him and I felt so weird calling him, dude. You know what I mean? But it's like I was like, you know, I needed to like talk to somebody. And he's like, dude, what do I do? You know, and it was funny, dude. He was just like, all right, cool, yeah, like let's talk. And he's just gnarly, like CEO of like a gnarly like radio, like advertising company, Fortune 500, you know? So I was like, you know, I was like, I'm going to call Neil, dude, see what the fuck he tells me. It's like, I got this thing, dude. He's like, yeah, you got to go home. You got to put your phone in the drawer. And he's like, and that's all you got to do, dude. I was like, what? You know, and I just felt like so dumb, you know? But, you know, like calling him like teary eyed. My wife's, what do I do? And he's like, put your phone down, dude. You know? And so I did. It took some work, but now like I feel like I work so much better when I'm present, like in both areas of my life.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not, I'm like thinking about my wife's texting me that she's mad at me. I forgot something already. My kid's gonna be pissed. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like I can't focus. I'm distracted because I know that I wasn't being good in other parts of my life,
And
you
that
know?
guilt
The
sits
guilt,
on you
100%.
hard.
Well, you just
Like,
like start thinking, right? So I know that I can go to work knowing that on fucking yesterday was Sunday and I just fucking played with the family all day, dude. Like really played and really like talked
yeah.
and like did that. and then I can go to work and fucking just grind for 6 hours, you know what I mean? 8 hours, and then go home and eat dinner, dude, and be done, dude, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I rarely check emails at night. Lately, I have been because 'cause it's been a lot, you know? We've been going, just, every once in a while, the business goes up and down where it's like you get your time to where you can go home early. And then, the days where you're just like, you wake up and you're like, I got to go in right now, dude. And like normally I go in a little later because I like to have a daily routine, where I need my time too, like no family, no kids, no work, where it's just like my time to write, reflect, and like meditate and just get right.
How in the hell are you in first place in fantasy? Like
Oh yeah,
you and
watch football,
RPZ.
dude.
You don't watch. Who's on your team? Who's on your team?
Patrick Mahomes, dude.
Oh, Mahomie, don't you know me? You like Mahomes? Oh, dude.
This was the first year that I actually picked a QB early.
Oh,
And I hated the feeling of always having to scramble for a QB. So I was like, fuck this, dude. I'm going to go early on a fucking QB, And I think it was the best because, dude, it's like 30 points every time, dude.
okay, so who are your other studs?
My other ones I got, who do I got? I got Eckler. I got, I think that's really all my studs. I got a lot of good guys, but I got Tyler Lockett. I got Gabe Davis every once in a while hit. Jamar Chase, but he's been out for a while, but he's supposed to come back this week. Damian Pierce, but he's kind of been struggling the last.
Matt was never the big sports guy, I would say. So the fact that he's like a monster in our league now, and
I think it's just data, dude.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know any of these guys. I don't watch any real football. I watch some football, if two of my guys are playing, right? So it's what is it? The Chiefs and Cincinnati is going to be this Sunday. I'm pumped on that one, right? Okay. I got Jamar and I got Mahomes, right? So it's ooh, that could be.
Is that the Sunday night game?
It's 1:00 or so. I don't think it's a Sunday night. I know it should be the Sunday night.
Yeah. And so when you win a week, what is that?
For me or just
money wise?
What is it like? What is it like? 125 a week?
Yeah. So if you have the most points in the league per week, you get 120. Maybe it's 150.
I think it's 125 because we upped the final pay this year. Remember?
No, I don't.
Yeah. So this year the final pay is $950 for the winner, which is good, dude. You get a G out of it. Yeah.
Okay, so you're just looking at the data and you're just treating it like.
I just treat it as just numbers, dude. And I spend a little bit of time. I have a problem staying asleep every night. Usually wake up for an hour at 2 in the morning, dude. 3 in the morning, and it's just all right, I'm gonna start reading something. Then I go to fantasy. Then I go check a couple emails, and I'm the weird dude who's emailing someone at 2:30 in the morning.
Wait, you're up at 2?
Yeah, but I don't stay awake. I go back to sleep at 3:30. It's just this weird thing where I just wake up, dude, and I just get on the phone.
I'll hit you up tomorrow.
I have my texts are on all. I have no notifications on my phone. That's another thing I do, dude. Is I just don't like distractions,
Yeah.
And so I have 0 notifications. I'll just text. I'll check my text messages every hour or something. Probably more, But I don't want it to ding on me and be like, "Fuck, who's that?" You know what I mean? Just let it go. But yeah, I wake up and so yeah, just the data, dude.
Yeah, the data. Okay, so all right, so you're killing it there. You like relaxing. What else do you do for fun? What are the kids into?
Fun. I'd say, work to me is fun, as bad as that may sound. I get a lot of joy out of going in and hanging out with everybody. I feel like they're my obviously we have a lot of friends down here, but sometimes my wife will even be she used to, I don't say she does anymore, but it's almost you don't have any friends. You got to go make friends up here. You know what I mean? 'Cause it's I don't know anybody when I moved there. And I would always tell her dude, I work with fucking sick ass people, dude. That's I get enough friends at work, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Come home and I want to kick it, dude.
Is Ashley still doing jazz? Is it Jazzercise? Are we allowed to talk about Jazzercise?
It's
dude,
not
so
Jazzercise though.
Matt's wife, bro, way into fucking dancing, good dancer, and got into a dancing class, and she was really
a hip hop it was like a hip hop Jazzercise.
In the class, was she just
yeah? And so you guys used to love making fun of her, and she's got no. She's not embarrassed of anything, right? She doesn't have any hey, someone saw me be funny or whatever. And so, yeah, so she'll just break out on that dance, You and George used to always make her do it. For sure. But I don't think she does it as much. But yeah, occasionally there's one going on in the living room.
So I called you the other day and I had to walk outside because I had to take some notes for this. Otherwise, I'm not going to talk about what we're supposed to talk about. So,
What are we supposed to talk
yeah,
about?
I got like a few things here. Okay. You're talking about like regulations and licenses. Like,
Regulations and
yeah,
licenses.
what's
Yeah,
up
I
with
mean, like
regulations?
our
Like, how do I,
it's tough, dude. Like you think about it, it's like they took this like black market. I don't want to say black market, but what maybe right, like this prohibited market, and trying to bring it to like bring it out. You know what I mean? And it's like it's tough, dude. Like there's a lot of mistakes that I would say got made, and I think there's a lot of people that are mad and within the industry that are trying to fight back, and it's just like over regulation, and like I think it's a new thing, so of course there's going to be problems. I think the biggest thing that everybody like is upset about is like taking action to fix things takes a long time, when you deal
yeah.
with like government and shit like that. But it sucks. It's hard, but it's like, what are you gonna do, dude? You gotta fucking work through it, right? Like that's something that I like to do is like find the loopholes, dude. Work around it. Like just like if you know the rules and you understand them, just fucking work, dude, and like figure it out. You know what I mean? So that's kind of our the way we handle it, I guess, right?
So, like, what do you guys need to do as a brand? You're a monster in California, right? Well, what are you a monster at? Like, you guys do pens, you do flour, you do pre-rolls.
Yeah, heavy doesn't have any flour in it, like specifically just flour alone. We do pre-roll, we do infused pre-rolls, we do vapes, we do gummies, we do beverages, and then we have some other brands under the under the umbrella that we operate, and that are our brands that we that have some other SKUs. So we do flour, it's just in a different brand. What do we have to do as a brand? I think right now what's happening in the industry is like there's a lot of brands, right? There's a lot of, there's a ton of brands. There's so many brands, and I think what I'm seeing happen, and as I talk to like my peers and just talk to the industry, like seems like right now, we spent a lot of time like building product and like the industry getting built out to support like these different categories and SKUs, right? And it's like getting beverages online, getting, pre-rolls online, and like getting equipment, right? Like before, like it's not like you wanted to go open up a hamburger joint. You just gonna go buy the milkshake equipment and the hamburger. Like none of that was around when we started. Like you built your own equipment, you know what I mean, and you figured it out. So it took a while, but I think what's happening now is like we're trying to figure out, or I think the industry is trying to figure out. It's like you got to build real brands now, dude. You know what I mean? Like product to me, like it's like at some point products are products. They're going to be there. Yes, they're differentiated and you kind of got to give it your flair and try to do your thing. But I also feel like at the end of the day, like a brand's got to like drive emotional connection to like the consumer, dude. You know what I mean? And like, I think that's what I'm like interested in understanding is like, how do you actually like have more pull, you know what I mean? And like, how do you become like a brand that's here forever, dude? You know what I mean? And I think it is through just connecting more with the consumer and on different levels. I know we talk about apparel, like for me, like some of these things, like if all you are is that product, you're just in someone's pocket, you know what I mean? And so it's like, how do I want them to like feel the brand, you know what I mean? Like have some clothes, have a sweater, have a hat. And we make some of that for the bud tenders and things like that, but I'd like to see more gear, right?
Is anybody right now on the weed scene? What do you call it? Is the weed scene? Is that what
It's
you call it?
whatever, dude. Weed scene, cannabis. It's so funny. I never
MJ?
like said cannabis until like I got into the industry. It was always just weed. But yeah, like it's the industry, I
Is
guess.
there a premium? Okay, you're a premium brand, packaging, all of that stuff. You go to the website, you can see just how crispy everything is with heavy hitters. But you have to say you're over the age of 21. How do they know? What if I was 7 and just said I was over the age of 20? Am I good?
No idea, dude. For sure, right? I mean, I think it's just whoever can click the button online,
Yeah.
you get through. But I think they do that in alcohol too, right? Alcohol brands, I see it a lot. Yeah.
Okay. And then what you were talking about earlier is just about like building a brand, and you were mentioning music clearance.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I can go chase that for you guys,
Yeah,
because
for
I'm
sure.
getting closer and closer to, like, through my Spotify playlist, and now I'm learning the TikTok algorithm. Like, I'm going to be a powerhouse where the musicians and the record labels need me, and then we work together and kind of can all build. I just feel like all the 90s West Coast,
For
I mean,
sure.
are they all involved in the weed industry?
Not really. Like there's some that are involved in it, I feel like I don't know if like there's not a lot of good like celebrity brands and like influencer brands. Like it's almost like the industry hasn't really supported it and they're the ones that like tank. Um Music I don't see a lot, like it's also really hard for like, you know, for us in the industry to like to advertise, dude, to market. Like take like Instagram gets fucking shadow banned and like we get posts taken down like every other day, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard. It's so hard that at sometimes we're like, fuck, dude, like why are we wasting time on this right now, dude? You know what I mean? Let's go work on something else for a minute, dude, until it gets better. As much as I love music and like just hearing a good beat, and like I said earlier, like I don't think it needs to just be like rap. I think we can have fun with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude,
So who all would work at the heavy hitters record label?
I do not know.
Or should it be the mid 90s record label?
Mid '90s record. I think that's better now. Not
Okay.
heavy
And
hitters
it's
record. Heavy hitters. So then it's like you want to
heavy
get the heavy hitters,
hitters.
dude.
Okay. So then we just release like singles, or yeah, dude, you release a song and then you release a new joint or something like that. And
A
you
joint
hype it
with a
up that
song.
way.
Yeah.
Like a special collab. What
Like you
type
got
of
to smoke this with this song, right? Something like that. It's a
yes, you make an
curated
experience.
experience.
Metaverse. You fucking with the metaverse?
I'm
Bro,
too
have you
old for that, dude. I don't know what
bro,
the
it's like
fuck's going on there,
dude,
dude. No, I don't want to live in that world, dude. I
no.
like my world. Yeah, dude.
You got to come up to our buddy's farm. That was a
Yeah, it
lot
was
of
sick.
fun,
It
man.
was
Like,
fun.
would you come down one weekend every quarter or
Of
something like that?
course, dude. Go
Plan
there.
something
Yeah,
like that
for
out,
sure.
and then you kind of figure out what would it cost for an Airbnb if we were to do this. Allocate those funds to building out a
Yeah.
little
I think we just, dude,
community,
we just
and
bought a
then
couple like travel trailers and put them there, dude. And when they're not being used, rent them out to people, just like the ones we rented to take there.
yes,
Like you could even make it a storage center for those, like partner with the people that want to rent them and almost like, how people rent out other people's homes, like the Airbnb hustle. It's like just Tony has so much room there that it's like store people's shit there. And when it's not, and then,
oh,
he
bro,
could let people come stay on it there, right? Because his ranch is sick and it's beautiful. But if someone also wanted to come take it somewhere else to go to the beach, like then you rent it to the beach, dude. You know what I mean? And then when they're done, they bring it back. There's a lot of shit there, or the tiny houses, dude.
I went with Ryan to get the RV.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Bro, sketch city, dude.
Was it someone's house or what?
No, it was a community down in like Chula, I would say,
Was
and
it
it
someone's
was
like personal, like they were living in it, or it was just on like a lot in
a lot, but there was like people that were living there in like temporary
Got
homes.
it. So someone was just storing it there, probably like it's their personal.
Dude, we pulled up and Ryan and I are like, dude, this looks like the best vacation ever. Let's do this next. Like, let's tell everybody about it.
Yeah.
Then we drove like another 100 feet and we're like, what the fuck is going on, dude? There's like twackers, like
Oh
just
man,
fentanyl's not good right
no,
now.
it's gnarly, dude.
Yeah.
Scary.
I was talking to a friend, and the story I heard, which I need somebody to can we confirm it like with a check or something? He doesn't like when I add that in. But a dude got, I don't know if it was a dude, somebody got busted at the border with enough fentanyl to kill 25 million people. Is that
That's
real?
fucking nuts, dude. I mean, I don't know. That's crazy, dude. So many people.
And then like, when was the last time you've been to downtown San Diego?
It's been a little while. I don't know.
Dude, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's so many homeless. It's crazy,
Yeah, it
man.
sucks,
Just
dude.
seeing all
It's
of
tough.
it. So it's weed doesn't make people do that, man.
No, dude. Weed's
Like,
the best.
weed makes, like, for me, dude, it just like chills me out. I'm like, I don't even know what time it is, and I'm cool. I thought it was Thursday all day, and it's actually Wednesday. But no, you're here, and like, what music are you bumping right now?
Man, I don't really bump a ton of music, because of it's hard to bump music at home with the kids because I do like
Yep.
a lot of music that has, bad words in it.
Who are you bumping? If you're If you're
The other
gonna bump
day
some
I was
music.
bumping a lot of like Jay-Z and Rick Ross, dude. Fucking,
All right, so you're bumping Jay-Z. You're bumping Jay-Z. Who else are you listening to?
Um, I listen to some like EDM music every once in a while just for like the energy flow. Who's the guy? What's the guy's name? Like Chami, Tchami, I want to say.
No idea.
I know, it's pretty sick though. I like it. And then kids have been bumping some there's like kid, I don't want to say kid rap, but they make some sick songs for kid movies, right? And so there's a Ninja Turtle one. And they're all with like Wiz Khalifa, Juicy J, I don't even know, Ty Dolla Sign, right? And there's this other one, it's from the Sonic 2 movie, and it's sick. We bump those, dude.
Oh, I just
It's like
so it's
best friend tales, you know.
so they've pivoted and they're getting that kid
Oh, they're
money.
getting that
I
kind
didn't
of
know
shit.
that.
It's like,
Okay.
turtle, all this money in my pocket, call it turtle power, like it's sick, dude. You should get it on here at some point, dude. So we bump that in the house with the kids, but other than that, like when I'm driving, I don't bump much. It's like,
What do you listen to? Podcasts?
sometimes, but a lot of times it's just like quiet, dude. Like
Isn't that funny? Like you get to the point where like I just turn the volume down. And
yeah,
I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm just chilling. Like I don't need to like listen to some
yeah,
fucking
for sure. So little pod depends on the mood, if I feel like I want to like learn something, think of something, I'll put a podcast on. I like some spiritual shit every once in a while, kind of stuff, and then phone calls, dude. I have like an hour drive when I drive in every morning.
Okay, so I mean, we're gonna rip some packs,
Ooh,
basically.
ripping packs.
We're ripping packs. Box, the little Jordan box, kind of sifted around. And what'd you find in there?
Found some weird shit.
Some weird shit. Yeah. What do you have?
I got Crime and Punishment. Well, I never thought that they would have parts for this.
Who's that on the front?
Is that Dahmer? No, that's what's his name, dude?
You don't.
I can't think of his name, dude.
You don't know Manson?
Manson, yes, Manson.
Have you seen the Manson movie?
I have, dude.
Oh,
Sorry,
dude, you thought that was Jeffrey Dahmer? Like, yo. Have you watched the show? No, don't do it.
9 sensational trials that shocked the nation.
You watched it? Okay, last one.
Last one for the roots, dude. Some extreme alternative sports, dirt bikes, baby.
Who are you trying to pull?
Jeremy McGrath, dude, 93. I don't know.
All right, while he does
what do
that,
you got? What do you got?
What do I got? I got some pop cards. I mean, I can get a Raven Simone, Adam Brody. Adam Brody's from Scripps.
Brody,
Shout out San Diego, SD. Let's get it.
Brody,
and
yeah.
Bro, Jessica Alba.
There you go.
Yeah.
Honest,
you know what
honest company, dude. You need to get her on the podcast, bro.
I mean? Bro, I fucking helped the Retail RX, help them recover a lot of paper.
Nice, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she'll probably be on next week, I think. But then we're going to rip open a pack of WCW cards from, I don't know, 1991. You guys were all big WCW. Do you know what WCW is? Can you name a wrestler from WCW?
Is that
WWF bought them out. So, dude.
so there's no more WCW, it's all WWE now?
WWE, but there's a
Do you
dude.
still watch that shit?
No, I don't, but
I know you used to, right? A grip.
I'm an ECW guy. Like for
Yes.
oh, bro, ECW all day, but there's a new brand, AEW.
Got it.
So AEW's dope, dude. Good athletes and all that. But
All right,
okay, what
see
are you
what
gonna
we
rip
get.
first?
I'm gonna go let's go with that.
I'm gonna rip too. Let's just.
Crime
I mean,
and
you don't have to
punishment.
call out each
All right,
one.
cool.
Who are you trying to get here?
Who's
Who's your favorite mass murderer of all time?
I have one, dude. Let me see. The Trial of Saran Saran. No idea, dude. I don't know any of these. I'll let you know when I find one I know.
All right. Steiner brothers. Shout out to the University of Michigan. Rick Steiner, Scotty Steiner. I mean, favorite hold, the tilt-a-whirl suplex. Like, you guys all know that. Sid Vicious. Doom. Ron Simmons, dude. Gangster. Look at these dudes.
What's this one for? Oh, this is the wrestlers.
Ron Simmons and Butch Reed, dude. Show those dudes, man. Check this guy out. This guy, Dutch Mantel. This guy was getting paid in 1991 for just hair everywhere. Lex Luger, dude. Lex Luger was like a USA, dude. Everybody chanting USA. Jim Ross interviewed, dude. Sting. Do you know Sting?
No, dude. I know
Sting doing a figure 4 leg lock on the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Dude. Motto, no pain, no gain. Home from Venice Beach, California. Favorite hold, the Scorpion Deathlock. Sting with the heavy hitters. Gold, bro.
These like real wrestlers still, or is this old school shit?
Oh, yeah. This is from 1991. What else do you got?
This one was sucked, dude. I got Charles Manson in there, but you can check.
Oh, you got him. Come on, dude. Oh, these are lame. Oh, these are totally.
Good.
Oh, that's cool. The Trial of Charles Manson. You might, and it's number 23, like Michael Jordan, dude. This might be a banger.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
We'll put it in a case.
Sell that one. These ones are a little rough, little youngsters for me.
Yeah. Okay. She wasn't.
No, not feeling that. Bad pick.
Oh my god, dude. I just pulled an Eliza Dushku. Dude, Dude, Eliza Dushku. What do you know about her?
Zero.
She was in that one movie. Eliza Dushku. She was like a motorcycle chick.
Oh, really?
Yo, dude, she was. Yeah.
That's a good one, dude. Carrie Hart.
Yeah. Her favorite food is a sweet potato.
Carrie Hart, if I'm not mistaken, I think was the first dude to ever pull a backflip on a dirt bike, maybe?
Oh.
I think.
Adam Brody rookie card.
Oh, Adam Brody. Huh?
I mean, Adam Brody. What show is he from? The OC?
He was from the OC. He was from, I think he was part of the Sarah Mesa crew. Like the Tierra Santa. I went to Sarah.
Okay.
Nick Grenier, all the surf crew. Yeah, we used to kick it a lot.
Amber Tamblyn. Is she married to? Who's she married to? Amber Tamblyn. I don't know.
I don't know any of these other people. The Carrie Hart one is a moneymaker.
Yeah. I mean, I got an Amanda Seyfried. I think she was on some shows. What shows was she on? Oh.
Was it like a soccer one or something?
Oh, Ladybugs.
Ladybugs, there you go.
Yeah, she really likes London, and her favorite food is cheese. I'm going to say that's kind of a weird packs. I do want you to walk away with this.
All right, what do you got? Do you got a prize for me?
Let me see what I got here. I need you to walk away with this.
No, dude, really?
Yeah, dude.
It's the Drake Bieber card, dude.
The Drake Bieber card Matt is walking home with. He likes, yeah. So we got Drizzy, we got Bieber. I mean, you don't care. Yeah, they're giving that back to me. All right, thank you for stopping by the Retail RX. It's a pleasure to have you. And where can people find you?
At work or at home, dude.
At work or at home. Okay, like no social media. No, dude. I
got no social media. I just turned on LinkedIn a minute ago, and I don't know.
Are you up on Be Real? Is Ashley up on Be Real?
Be Real.
Do you know about Be Real?
No. Cypress Hill?
No, that's what I thought at first. People are like, "You into Be Real?" I'm like, "You're into fucking Be Real?" Like, yeah, fucking I love Cypress Hill. But no, Be Real is your phone just hits you at a random time of the day, and you have to take a picture, and it takes a picture of you and what's in front of you. There's no bullshit. Like if you're at work or whatever, you take a picture at work, so it shows the real you. It's not some fucking front. Kids are hot on it, and I think adults are coming, and I think it's going to be a monster. Yeah, it's been a great show here tonight. Don't even know what time it is over here. I think it's maybe 9:30, but thank you for coming. The Retail RX podcast. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Matt, for coming, dude. And maybe we can kick it for a little bit longer.
Always.
Later. All right. Peace.